Catchphrase Man is back. I've deleted this video already 5 times. Not because they weren't good. Well, the first few were bad, but the last one was great actually. But I felt as if I could do one better. I was talking about business and how people don't understand the difference between revenue and profits. They really don't. Like most people don't understand that. They also don't understand that 95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. Those are statistics that are terrifying. And in a job, you get that salary, yeah? And if you were to have the same to want the same amount of money, you would have to make in a business 4 times more than that salary, or even more, if you really want to give yourself a salary. Because you have to understand that a good business has a 25% profit margin. So that's 4 times you have to make, not five. 4 times you have to make in order to have the same profit as a normal salary. 4 times that salary. And if you were to give yourself a salary, you would give yourself probably half, because you have to pay so many taxes for yourself to have a salary. So yeah, that's super bad. That's super hard to do. And people don't understand how hard it is. Like people think that, oh, if I made a business that made me like the equivalent salary that I have right now, then I could quit my job. No, you can't quit your job by making a business that makes you the equivalent money in revenue. It has to make the equivalent money in profit. So remember this, 25% is a good business. And that's the point. If you really want to put your finger on what you need in order to quit your job, is you need to make 4 times your salary from your business in order to be able to have the profit to really take home the same amount of money. So it's not that hard to get a job, but it's so hard to start a business. So difficult. It is crazy because most of the things that you want to do, other people have done already for more time than you. So they have more experience, they have more money, they have more of everything. They can outcompete you on any single, there is someone out there that can outcompete you in every single thing, from work to money to resources to know-how to whatever. So it is extremely difficult to make a business. With all of that being said, it's amazing if you can do it. Absolutely amazing and a blessing if you can do it, because it is so nice to not have anyone telling you what to do. But then again, if you are a service-based business, then you're going to have clients, and those clients are going to tell you what to do. So you move from a boss to a client. So it's basically the same thing, but with just more risk. So yeah, whenever you are hired to do something as a business owner, you have so much more risk because you now have to worry about making a profit on that sale. When you're hired as an employee, you don't have to worry at all about anything except the task at hand, except the thing that you have to do in front of you. That's why most everybody has a job and almost nobody has a business. Businesses are hard to do, inherently difficult. It is not a walk in the park, because if you find like a good thing, at some point that thing will go away. So now you're not going to have a business. But of course, you're going to profit off of it along the way. It's difficult to find something that makes you a lot of money And at the same time, it is a long-term thing. And it's difficult to do so, but at the same time, if you do, if you take those risks and you do those businesses, you're never gonna, it's so hard to really make it with your first business. Like, I know so few people who have made it with their first business. Most people who are successful at business, they've tried many businesses, especially now. In the past, like older people, I've seen older people who, but those people are not people who started a business. They stumbled upon one. Like most, you have to realize that most people who are old and have a business, they didn't make it up. They stumbled upon that business. You understand? Like most of them, like this is a way to success in business. You have a trade, you do something, and it's true of me in some way. I had a trade. I was a painter. I made beautiful paintings. I had a university that I followed to learn about art, and then I made paintings. I sold those paintings. I consider that as being a business, but it was a trade. And then I stumbled upon another business by accident or whatever. And most people end up like this as well. Like most people are maybe engineers or whatever. And then they stumble upon an opportunity and it makes more sense to start a business. And then it doesn't make sense and they make it work anyway. They hire more people and they get to a bigger business. And now they're making more money after 2 or 3, 5 years. They're making more money than they made in their job. But that's how most people end up with a business. Like a lot of people I know that had that business, they just stumble upon it. They don't really start it from the beginning. They go like, oh, I'm gonna start this business or I'm gonna start this business. Most people who do that, they start many, many more businesses. They learn much more about business. I'm one of them. And I don't feel like I'm successful at business, by no means, but I'm better at business than most people. That being said, there are people who make way more money than me in business, like a lot more money. But every year that I'm more understanding more about business, I tend to make more. I become more efficient. I can start other businesses. I can understand how to leverage the money that I have, not leverage because I don't borrow. All of the money that I had, I never started a business on borrowed money. I always put my own capital at hand to work for me. So that is something that really makes you think, because how many times are you gonna take the bet on yourself? Because most people say every single time I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. No, you're not. Like most of the times, you're not gonna bet on yourself just because you know your track record, even if you don't really admit it. My track record is 8-1 or 10-1, something like that. And I'm hesitant to take another bet because it can be a waste of time, a waste of money, a waste of everything. So, yeah, you are hesitant because the things are stacked against you. And it's very difficult to find a way to get your foot in the door, to start a real business. It's difficult. Most people think that they're just going to build it and people will come. No, that's not how it works. It's really not how it works. That those days are over, and I don't think that they were even a thing at any point, except for a few people who really, really were lucky to find themselves and stumble upon a great opportunity. That's where real businesses are created. Like big, huge businesses are created when the ratio of the things that you have to do to gain money is so heavily, like the amount of money that you get for each output is tremendously small. Like the output is small and the reward is huge. That's where the big businesses are created. And yeah, you can still, until you find that thing, that business that really works for you, you can still go for these businesses that are incrementally getting you there. Not there, but somewhere. Because let's be honest, my businesses are not $1 million businesses. They are opportunities that can make me thousands. But thousands is better than zero for me. I don't have opportunities that can make me millions. And that's a big issue, because no matter how hard I work at this opportunity, it will not make me life-changing amount of money. It can make me better money, but not life-changing. So yeah, it is life-changing in terms of my lifestyle, but not in terms of my situation. I cannot buy a house on that money. Only if I saved for like 7, 8, 10 years, then I can probably buy a house if the prices don't go crazy in 7, 8 years. But you see, that's the conundrum here. That's the dichotomy that you have to solve for. Because I don't have other opportunities that can make me more yet. Hopefully soon I will. Hopefully I will. I don't understand how, and it's really difficult to imagine a world where I would. But I'm going towards that. Like every year, I'm making better decisions, and I'm thinking that these good decisions that I'm making are continuously providing me better opportunities. And in the past, they did. And hopefully it will from now on as well. And just like that, another beautiful day is over. I cannot even remember what I talked about today, this morning, but got a little bit of a confidence boost, knowing that my stuff really works. I knew that my stuff really works because I wouldn't have done it if it didn't work. But to see it succeed in other people's hands and in a different way, that's amazing. And especially because I cannot view the things that I'm doing right now with video as being very successful, because they're not. But the point is that some other people are taking my advice and doing their own thing with it, and they are having more success than me, some close friends of mine. And it's great because it gets me going, it gets me more excited to get my message out there and really put a spin onto it that is more serious, more like like distilled. And yeah, it's very late, and I'm very happy because I gave half a year ago some advice to someone, and she followed it, and she got a lot of success from it. Like really good views and great and even clients and many more things. And to think that I had to do something with that, really made me proud. And I got to feel nice. And I also thought about more things and really distilled down to its core message, the thing that I said to her about filming yourself. Like, yeah, most people think that it takes a long time, but it doesn't have to. It can take less than 30 days. If you know what you're doing and how to do it properly, you are going to be so much more articulate and so much more confident in yourself when speaking in front of the camera, with a script, without a script, it doesn't matter. It's super easy to do once you know how to do it over and over and over again. And that's the key here. You set a timer, you do it once for 30 seconds, you delete everything. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. I deleted this morning's video, I think 5 times. I'm still doing it to this day. You are not at any point you are not above the process. And the process is very simple. You shoot a video, you talk about anything, you delete it, you shoot another one, you delete it, you shoot another one, you delete it, you shoot another one, you delete it. That's just in the span of 10 minutes. You do 10 videos and you do that multiple times a day if you can, like 30 minutes. That's 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, or 20 minutes when you come home from work. And the point is that most people do it the wrong way around. They buy the equipment first and then they decide to go shoot a video and make it perfect the first time. They just focus so much on one video, when in fact, having 1,000 videos under your belt that you've done, 1,000 shorts, talking in front of the camera, that's going to make you so much better at just communicating and expressing your ideas. And that's going to be the biggest differentiating factor between you and other people, because you already have 1,000 videos. By the time they have 1,000 videos, it's like 2 years in the future, but you can do it in like a month because you're doing what, 10, 30 a day. That's what? In 10 days, you're gonna have 100. That's 100 days. It's 3 months and a half. 3 months and a half, I think. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, it's 30 a day. Well, that's actually 30 a day. 30 days, it's actually 900. So it's a month and 5 days, I think. Something like that. So you can have 1,000 videos under your belt in 30 days with 30 minutes a day. So that's crazy. But if you did it just shooting a video 30 minutes in front of the camera, you will never be able to stick to it. Just not shooting yourself, but filming yourself for 30 minutes every single day is super difficult. Like just one single clip. I know I did that in the past, but doing it this way, where it's super rapid fire, your mind just changes. You change. You gain so much more confidence because you've done this 1,000 times. And that is much better for your brain about the task. You will start to love it. You will start to gain energy from it. You will start to just become more comfortable and more confident in front of the camera in no time, because you have 1,000 repetitions. And then you go into multiple thousands, and now you're gaining a different kind of mastery where you can spun a beautiful sentence out of nowhere, out of the well of your brain, of the wisdom of the past. And you can just blabber on about anything you want. No matter how tired, no matter what it is, no matter the situation, you can now do it. And as a parlor trick, you're just going to be able to do it. And it's amazing because that's all it takes. And then you do it for free. People don't understand. This is free. Gaining the skills that you need is free. The equipment, it costs a lot of money. So don't invest in the equipment. Get the skills first, and then do it with what you have at first, your phone, your whatever, your webcam on your laptop, or whatever you have, and then decide, like, do it for a period of time. Do 1,000 videos and delete almost all of them. Post like, I don't know, 20 of them, and then decide if you want to invest in a camera then and there, because you don't even know if you really want to do this. That's the point. By the time you bought everything that you think you need, you would have decided that you don't really want to do it anymore. And that's how you buy things and then you sell them on the used market, and then a guy like me comes in, buys them, and profits off of you because you decided to spend a lot of money on a dream. And that's oh my god, this is such a deep topic. Like, do it for nothing. Gain the skills first. You can gain the skills first, especially in talking in front of the camera, but it can be about video editing. It can be about anything else. Gain the skills first and then invest in that skill. Then invest in that thing, because otherwise you're going to get into this trap that I see so many people getting into. They invest in equipment that they never use. And it got to the point where I was there. I was like, I got so much equipment. I had 3 of these cameras and I never used them as much as I do right now. I still have 2 cameras and I'm not using that camera at all right now because outside but I'm probably gonna use it, hopefully. If not, I'm gonna sell it, because why would I keep it? Why would I keep a camera that I'm not using? And you see, this is what people don't understand, is most people get into this trap where they first buy things and then they do the thing. Instead, no, gain the skills first, do it for free, as in without spending any money, and then decide if you want to invest into better things. Like, filming yourself can be done with a phone, and then do it over and over and over and over again. Don't post anything. You don't have to post anything. And then look at the progress. I suggest having the first video as an archive, having it there so that you know where you started off, and then you see after 1,000 videos, you see the progress, and then go into and then start posting more and start doing other things, and then you can just run from there. You can just do whatever, if that is what you want to do. Trust me, by the 1,000th video, you will know if you want to do this or not, if you want to become someone who makes videos. But don't try to do like 30 or 50 or 10 or 1 video. Do 1,000 of them and then decide, do I really want to do this? Because right now, I cannot stop making videos. I'm at maybe 3,000 videos, 4,000 videos. And not only did they become better, but I became a better person, because I stood there and I did something over and over and over again, and I changed with the skill. I became better at communicating. I became better at business. I became better at structuring ideas, and more confident, more self-assured, more emotionally centered and stable. So you can see how everything can change. All it takes is taking initiative and taking the actions, but the massive actions with short intervals, like massive action, short intervals. That's how you really get a lot of momentum, because it's like a bike. I know analogies, I hate analogies like this, but it's like a bike. It's easier to accelerate if you are in a lower gear. because you are pedaling faster. It's easier to pedal, but you're pedaling super, super fast, you know? And then, but most people try to do it on the heaviest gear, putting the most amount of effort, you know, and pushing themselves to the limit. Instead of gaining momentum, changing gear into the second gear, gaining a lot of momentum, changing it to the third gear. But it takes a while. It takes much more time than you think. Not much more time. It actually takes many more repetitions. It doesn't take a lot of time. It only takes a lot of repetitions. The more you do it, the better you get. But you don't have to do it more as in longer, but more as in each single repetition. The repetitions are much more important than the duration. And then at a certain point, you can work on the duration if you want. But first, work on the repetitions. Work on making that which you want to do, like really, really, really become part of you, and you gaining energy from that. The moment that you feel more energy from just doing that skill, practicing that skill and doing that action, the moment you do that, that's the moment you win, because now you are unstoppable. You are truly unstoppable from filming yourself. It's so easy. It's like not doing anything is actually a little bit harder than filming yourself. That's how it is. That's how it becomes. Imagine that you already know this, because every time you open your phone, you already do something without even thinking. That's because we open our phones an average of between 30 and 200 times a day. We just unlock our phone and do the same repetitive things. So you see, that's a lot of repetitions, like 30 to 200 repetitions a day. So you can do that, but in a positive manner as well. Do it with a skill. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.